Well, hello and welcome back to Cozy Couch Corner. And today I thought I'd do a reading for next year, for 2026. I know that I've done readings periodically other than the day readings. I used to do monthly readings, but I think it was a bit sporadic. And I'm not sure I've always done a yearly reading, but I just thought, well, I was thinking about what brings me joy, what lights me up, what am I passionate about? Because listen to people online in sort of tarot readers and spiritual teachers, etc. And they'll say, do what you're passionate about, do what lights you up. And I've been trying to find other things that do. And I haven't found anything else that I'm really that bothered about. So I finally thought, and it's took a while, why don't I just do more tarot reading? Because that's where I find my joy. So, yeah. But, and I've done it before and I'm not going to do it the same way as last time, I'm not going to put myself under pressure. So I'll say, well, I'll aim to do a monthly reading each month, but if I'm not feeling it, if I'm feeling, overwhelmed or stressed, then no. I'm managing to almost completely keep up with daily readings. There's been a few occasions when things have gone dreadfully wrong and I haven't managed to hit all the energy. I've not one though. The hair's looking better since it got a little bit longer. It doesn't look quite so good on camera as it does in real life, and also it's just been squashed under a hat, but it's definitely looking better since it's had a chance to grow after my disaster. There's no tea at the minute because I've had my tea, and I feel a bit tea logged, so I'm not having another one just now to do my tarot reading. But that's going to be weird because I'm usually just sipping my gulping my tea sometimes during the reading, and that just gives me a break and time to think, and it also helps me stay in my body when I'm trying to do the reading. Oh, blimey. Right. Oh, what I want to do for the yearly reading is an overview of 2026, what's going to be happening. And then it's twofold. And then what do we need to do? So that should support us through the next year. That's the plan anyway. We'll see what happens, won't we? There was a lot of energy in that because I suddenly really heated up. Right, okay. Okay, we are there. Okay, so twofold, isn't it? We need, what's the overview for 2026, and also what do we need to do to get through the year, to have the best year, I think. So we go. One stuck out and I was like, no. I've just looked at the timer just then when I looked up to tell you, and there were 2 4s. 4's stability. So yay for stability. We need some of that. Personally and collectively, I think, around the world. Okay, that was clear. Ooh, that was clear, and then I tried to drop everything. Hang on while I sort myself out. Right, okay. This one. This way up. Okay. Okay, so reversed. 4 of coins. Reversed. This one. King. Right, are we having that upright? King of Cups. Precious. Okay, this one that escaped. We're having this one. Oh yeah, baby. The Emperor. We're having this one. Not reversed. Right. And the Moon. Okay. Any more? No. Okay. Right. Are we having 2 and 2? No. One card for the overview. And the 3 cards are for what we are doing. Okay. Right. Because silly me asked 2 questions at a time, didn't I? And then suddenly thought, as I'm pulling cards out, which cards are for what? Oh my god. Right. See, I said that was the 4 of coins, didn't I? I didn't look at it properly. It is the 2 of coins reversed. The 4 of coins reversed would have been... The 4 of coins is clinging on to things, which can cause blocks and stop us having new stuff coming in, because we're just clinging tightly to things. So reversed, I thought, oh, that's about release when I pulled it. And it's interesting that I thought it was a different card, and I'm throwing that in there in case it's relevant. So there may be something about release. Is there something? Yeah, tight grips on things being released. So in a wider sense, so I've just asked if it was for us personally, and it could be, but more so in the world. Other people, yeah. Are we thinking like organisations? I can't think of the words. Companies, yeah. Are they going to loosen their grip on things, or is their grip going to be loosened? Yeah, they're going to loosen their grip a little bit, but mostly they're going to be forced into loosening their grip on things. So that's a good thing. That's a positive thing, because yeah, there are a lot of things that are not right in the world. And the grip is control, and it's letting go. There's so many things that are controlled by those with money, and those with money have power. And I'm not necessarily talking about some, it's individuals, but others it's, yeah, I've been told not to specify. So companies, organisations, types of industry, especially types of industry that aren't good for us, that are polluting, or that aren't doing their best for people, but may on the surface appear to be helping people, but actually it's all about profit. Their grips should be loosening. So, and that wasn't even the card that I pulled, but that was a reading. So, but that was all there. So now we're on the actual card I pulled, which is the 2 of coins, which is about balance, which actually dovetails with what I've just talked about, the card that I thought it was and wasn't. So reversed is imbalance. So there's an imbalance now in the world, what's going on. And I've just asked, is there going to continue to be an imbalance? And what I saw was the scales going like that to like that. So there's still going to be an imbalance, but it's going the other way. Is it going in our favour? It's going in our favour. It's going in the favour of the people. Probably the people that were disadvantaged should be the ones that are more advantaged, and the people, organisations, etc., that are holding the power should have less power, and that comes in with the loosening the grip. Pardon me. That's the energy on my digestive system. And I'm surprised because I didn't think that would be achieved this coming year. Somehow I thought it would take longer to redress the balance, although, as we said, as I've been shown, it's going the other way. So that's excellent news. I'll be looking out for that then. I'm going to put that to one side, and then I'm going to go 3 cards now for what we need to do. So just to remind you, after that bit, we've got the King of Cups, the Emperor, and the Moon. And I'm looking at the Moon going, more and more people are going to be seeing through the illusion. Or the illusion of things. There's so much manipulation around in so many different areas. I mean, just as an example, advertising. I mean, the amount of charity adverts I get on my TV that are deliberately emotionally manipulative to get money out of you. And one of the charities I know is incredibly rich and doesn't actually need more money. But anyway, it's seeing through illusions, more and more people, and that includes us. And I still haven't educated myself properly, but I do think about, when I'm looking at illusions and the moon and thinking about seeing through illusions, is I follow a guy on YouTube, Chase Hughes, who used to do, I'm going to say security, he was in security services for the government, I can't remember exactly, but he teaches you, he did teach people, I wouldn't say how to manipulate people, how to get an advantage, but he also teaches you how to see through manipulation techniques, psyops at the moment he was going through, and how people hijack your brain to get you to do what they want, or to get you to think the way they want you to think. We've seen, yeah, I've been told not to say that. We have seen it play out in different countries with different political regimes, and I've seen some of the stuff. We're not immune in the UK, because I've seen some stuff bubbling up and some stuff's come up on my social media. Some of it appears to come from a reliable source, but it's fake. And that's the thing with AI now, isn't it? You can put out something that looks like people you're familiar with, people you're fond of or you respect, presenters or newsreaders or presenters on that you've seen on TV that stand up for people, that fight for the little person, and then they're AIing them and they're selling you blooming Bitcoin or something, or some investment or what other, and they've been somebody that's been really trustworthy, saved people loads of money on things, stop people being scammed, and then they're using them because we trust them to convince you that something's a good investment or whatever. I've seen a lot of that, and also like it was newspapers. Although it was a video advert, it was for a respected newspaper, and the stuff was just bizarre. Also, I've got a letter from a particular political party, and I think I read the first paragraph, and I didn't like the tone of it, and it was just that bolshy man tone. And I'm not saying it's always men; it was written by men. That bolshy, talking to you like you're stupid. And why aren't you doing this? And obviously you want this and that, and that the whole thing's a manipulation. And there's a lot of that about. I've given a few examples. I've been told not to go into the areas that I was going to go into. So it's seeing through illusions, and it's educating ourselves, and I still need to work on it. Logical fallacies. I think I started off there when I came out of the cult. People would point out logical fallacies in the literature from the cult. And I don't remember them, but I can usually spot the odd one. Someone was doing a straw man one the other day. Emotional manipulation, a lot. Psyops is like, it was something like tribe and authority, and it was so, I don't know that I could explain it, making you think whoever was trying to manipulate you was like, we're in the same tribe, but doing it in like, we're all in agreement with this particular thing. We all say it was animal charity. We all care about animals, blah, blah, blah. Then they come across as an authority on whatever subject, and then it comes the manipulation, and it's that thing in your brain where you have to be a part, the ancient thing where you have to be a part of the tribe, because if you cast out from the tribe, you're basically dead. In way back, you couldn't survive on your own. So the last bit, and I mean this is just completely me trying to remember it very, very overview, is then they've set you up as part of this tribe for whatever it is, then they're in authority, and then you get to the point where if you then disagree with them, that hurts your brain, because that would put you out of the tribe, and that's a survival instinct. To remain in the tribe is a survival instinct, so you want to agree with them. But I mean, you can look into all that stuff yourself. There's a lot more education coming out about neurological things and how we can hijack our own mind to be able to do what we want. But the thing is that people can also hijack our mind, and especially I think if they're using our survival instinct. So I went off on a right one on that. The emperor, remember your own power. And if nothing else, and you're feeling, like I always say, if you're in a situation where you're feeling a bit vulnerable or a bit not sure, is start with a body posture. If nothing else, remember that you are powerful, you are strong, you are intelligent, you are skillful, you are worthy. And it's the whole sit up straight, stand in your power, you have the power. And just instantly, And we had, I know I've done it before, you've got like the Y of the YMCA. That's a power pose. Perhaps not so much in public. You might just want to do that at home or in a public loo if you're going to a job interview or something. Out the way. So you've got the Y of the YMCA, which is a power pose, and when I do that, I can feel the energy coming into my palms. I can feel the energy, and also there was hands on hips, which I think they call the Superman pose. And just the body language can make you feel more empowered. But with the moon card, the illusion card, I would go remember your power and stand in your own power, especially if people are trying to manipulate you or take your power away or make you feel small. We all go through phases where we forget our own power and we end up in a tizzy. But seeing through the manipulation, standing up for ourselves, standing in our power, remembering our power, remembering we are strong, knowing when we need to override those survival instincts that are being hijacked or anything else. Because there's so much manipulation around now, it's just blooming ridiculous. And with AI taking off with new boundaries, it's getting more difficult to tell with things. So remembering your own power, and I think it's going to be us seeing through it. People seeing. Oh, put me out back on now. Cooling down. I think it's going to be us seeing through illusions and standing in our power that's going to help effect change, but it's also a protection to us, right? And the King of Cups, I'm not sure why I've done these in reverse, as in I started with the last one first, but here we are anyway. King of Cups, protecting what's precious. Protecting what's precious to us, thinking about, apart from the practical things, and this is cups, which is normally emotions, feelings and emotions, but I'm told not to get too stuck on that. When I thought about protecting what is precious, I've lost my thread now, haven't I? No, I've lost it. Core values, that was it. Protecting what's precious. People will try, when people are trying to manipulate you, one of the ways they do it is to get you to, I was going to say to abandon yourself, but to abandon your own core principles and your own core values and your own boundaries. So yeah, it's making sure I'm getting centered, making sure that we stay centered and grounded. And that we maintain our core principles, our core values, and our boundaries. And we notice when people are pushing, and we notice when people are trying to get us to water down our principles or our boundaries or our values or change them. Yeah, I think, yeah, it's noticing. It's noticing that people are trying to do that, and we can all be open-minded to things, and we all change. But that should come from us, and that shouldn't come from external manipulation or because someone's pushing. So that's that then. There we are.